Welcome to Blue Dragon Qigong Academy. I'm Dr. George Xavier Love.
Doctor of Oriental Medicine, herbalist, and a Qigong master. President of Four Doors to Tao. He's a licensed acupuncture physician for over 31 years. Former Dean of Oriental Medicine at Brana College of Health Science in Fort Lauderdale.
When you go to the gym, you lift weights, right? And what happens to your muscles? Do they relax and lengthen and stretch, or do they shorten up and get tight? Okay. So if your muscles get tight, what does that do to your blood flow? It restricts your blood flow. And if your blood flow is restricted, oxygen is restricted, nutrients are restricted, organs get starved, organs break down, and then you get sick. So everything that you think you know about exercise is absolutely wrong, okay? Now people talk about cardiovascular exercise. So when I say the word cardiovascular, what comes to mind?
Heart.
Your heart pumping. And what exercise would you do that would benefit your cardiovascular system? Running. Now, running is your legs, right? It takes 10 minutes before you get the benefit to your heart. But what if you just put both hands in the air and did this for 3 minutes? Guess what would happen? The pectoralis sternal and the subscapularis would literally pump the heart. And in 3 minutes, you could do with your arms, which would take 10 minutes for your legs to do. So you've been bamboozled, misled, lied to, and misinformed. Okay? Now, you all heard of the rebounder, right? The mini trampoline, and you heard of jump rope, and running, and jogging, and treadmill. Well, if you just do this slow, for 4 minutes, just this, guess what's going to happen to your heart rate? It's going to boom, 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 and your breathing is going to expand, and then your legs are going to get tight and muscular. Just from doing this for 4 minutes. Now, after an hour of doing Qigong, you have energy in reserve. An hour of running, how do you feel? An hour of lifting weights, how do you feel? Okay? If I caught a bodybuilder coming out of the gym,
oh gosh,
and he'd be like, okay? You do Qigong for an hour, and you're like, yeah, let's go dancing. Okay? So Qi is this life force, this electromagnetic energy that energizes you. Okay? First rule of Qi is never exhausted. So anything that you do cannot exhaust your Qi. There are particular movements. This is what we call the roller skating movement. Okay? Now I'm shifting my weight. Now, silly question. How does the blood from your legs get back to your heart?
the vein started.
Muscles in the legs have to squeeze the blood back to the heart. So what if you don't do anything for your legs? The blood can't get back to the heart, the blood pools and you get varicose veins. How many people have varicose veins? Okay, so varicose veins are veins where the blood vessels are starting to die because of lack of exercise. So if we just did this, if we pretended we were roller skating, okay, for 15 minutes, it would be the same benefit as you running for an hour. So what happens if the air conditioning is a little cool? What do? You put on a sweater. But what do? I do Qigong for 5 minutes and I warm up. And what if the weather's a little hot? You turn on the AC, you get a fan. What do? I do Qigong for 5 minutes. And I balance the internal with the external. So I can make myself harmonious with whatever the climate is. So we have cold, hot, dryness, dampness, and wind. These are 5 climataric conditions that affect us that either can weaken our immune system and make us sick, or they can just wipe us out. And if you do Qigong, You can harmonize with whatever's happening outside. Secondarily, what if you walk into a room and everybody's weeping? You have no idea what's going on. How do you feel? You feel sad. What happened? Did somebody die? And automatically your emotional state shifts because everybody in the room is crying. And by the same token, if you walk into a room and everybody's what do you start doing? What's so funny? Your mood shifts. Now, what if every time you walked into a different environment, there was a different mood shift?
Oh, bad.
Aha, mood swings forever, right? How many people have mood swings? Okay, what if you can normalize and equalize your moods through Qigong? So Qigong will balance your emotions, it'll balance the climate out there, okay? Now, what if somebody said, according to your MRI, you need bypass. You need a triple bypass surgery next week. What are you going to say? Can I get an emergency phone call to Dr. Love? Can he give me some Qigong that'll reverse my bypass in 30 days? Why, yes, of course I can. Okay? If you're scheduled for surgery, I can give you the exercises that will reverse heart disease, reverse diabetes, and, close your ears, reverse cancer. Cancer is a tumor. If you put a rock in a river, after a couple of years, what happens to the rock? So water wears down the rock. What if you have a tumor in your chest and you do Qigong for 8 hours a day? After 3 months, what's going to happen to the tumor? It's going to wear itself down. The way I got into Qigong, I heard about this woman named Guo Lin, who had a particularly virulent form of uterine cancer. She went to the hospital, they said, there's nothing more we can do. Go home, prepare for your death. So she went home, she started cleaning up her paper. She finds her grandfather's notes about Qigong. She had no clue her grandfather was a Qigong master. So she starts doing Qigong every day. 3 months later, she goes back to the hospital. You said I was going to die in 30 days. I'm still here, what's going on? And they're like, the tumor's gone. And that was the start of the first Qigong hospital in China in 1965. Okay?
This is Dr. George Xavier Love for Blue Dragon Qigong Academy.